Welcome back. We start with conservation agriculture. It's a farming technique that's not only raising harvest yields, but is also raising the quality of life for small-scale farmers who are able to use and implement the system. I was recently in Zambia and got the chance to speak with one farmer who was able to change her own life and the life of her children by switching farming practices. Widowed with 4 little ones to feed, Mary Carl spent many nights worrying about the future of her family. She told me in an interview how scared she felt when she was first left alone to become the sole provider for herself, her 4 kids, and her 2 grandkids. She was forced to move into a smaller house and farm. Carol worked her land full-time but couldn't seem to make a profit and was unable to assure the food security of herself or her family, leaving the family of 7 with empty bellies to go along with their empty pockets. Carol tells me how hopeless she felt until she was introduced to a new agricultural technique that promised her and her family a whole new life.
When my husband died, I had nothing to feed my family. I couldn't stop crying. Some of my children had to get married because I was unable to feed them. So it was not an easy thing.
Distraught at having to marry her children off early, she was proud to tell us that now, thanks to new farming techniques, she's food self-sufficient. And not only can she care for her own children still living in the house, she's also able to take care and provide for her grandkids who now live with her.
When the conservation agriculture people came, they introduced me to this technique. I thought, let me try this on a small portion of my farm. I tried to dig basins, and that was our starting point.
Carl has been farming for 12 years. But has only been using conservation agriculture for the past 3. The method, which incorporates 3 parts, including minimum soil distribution, retention of nutrients on top soil, and crop diversification, altogether support a more nutrient-rich soil that ultimately help strengthen land year-round.
From the time I started practicing conservation agriculture, I have seen a lot of profits. I am able to take the children to school. I was able to build a house. I have seen a lot of benefits.
Carl's face shines with pride when she shows us around her new, larger home. Proud to be able to provide such a housing upgrade to her family. But in order to be able to implement the CA techniques, money is needed to help small and medium holder farmers transition their lands. It's the government's job to put into place policies that can support conservation agriculture in a country. If the policies are put into place, then the farmers are able to obtain the funding they need to implement the practice. The Zambian Ministry of Agriculture, in partnership with FAO and the EU, have pledged $15 million along 31 districts in 9 provinces throughout the country to see the vision of CA farming come to fruition. With this type of support, smallholder farmers could realize profits in as little as 1 year. Jiitu Abraham, Lusaka, Zambia.